Frank Beardsley is a military man.
Christina!
We just moved here. Who could you possibly be talking to?
J. Crew. I want to make sure they change all my shipping information.
Helen North is the artsy type.
Poems are for free expression. Not for good impressions. If you catch my drift.
If opposites attract...
Is this lady going to be our new mom?
I don't think so. It's just a blind date.
She can't see?
Frank and Helen were made for each other.
So, I asked her to marry me.
And I said yes.
What?
It'll be fun having 10 new brothers and sisters.
These kids, I love all of them. And I've made, you know, I'm like a mom with them. They're just the greatest kids.
Now, all they have to do is convince their kids.
Trust me, 1 hour, see together, gonna be best friends. I play Frank, and he's a disciplinarian, let's call it that. Yeah, he's a widower. He's, you know, his wife passed away, and he is left with 8 kids.
These are your schedules with latrine times.
Mom gets married, we get drafted.
The basic story is that Frank and Helen were high school sweethearts. They went their separate ways. They each had big families. Frank became a Coast Guard admiral. Helen became this designer who lived in New York and has since moved back to her hometown because she didn't want her kids growing up in the whole New York thing. And Frank comes back to town to run the Coast Guard Academy, and they meet. And it's like sparks all over again. And it's like they never were apart. You know, it was one meeting, and all those emotions come back. And then they meet a second time on a reunion cruise, and they just fall in love. It's love at first sight. And they get married, and impulsively, and then they go home and they have to tell the kids, well, guess what? You know, I got married. And the kids are like, what? And then guess what else? You have 10 new brothers and sisters.
One house.
Come on, I have to get ready for school.
Nothing says time to get out of the bathroom like...
You guys are so dead.
Frank has 8 kids, and they're all, you know, spit polished and by the book kids. And Helen has 10 kids, 4 of her own and 6 which were adopted. And they're all sort of artsy and into their, you know, sort of doing their own thing. And so these two cultures come together, and, you know, it's like oil and water.
Time that we call a truce. None of us likes this situation. But if we want out, we need to unite against the greater enemy. An enemy named Mom and Dad.
Dennis Quaid, Rene Russo, yours, mine, and ours.
Potter, reline! Stop! Hey, hit the brake! Hit the brake!